If you were in elementary school in the late 90s or early 2000s, you probably remember getting very excited whenever the teacher would roll that big TV on the cart into the classroom. What show would you be watching today? Bill Nye the Science Guy? Maybe The Magic School Bus? Both of those shows are fantastic, but there's one that always stuck out to me. One I witnessed many times. Eyewitness was an educational television show made by the BBC and DK Publishing. It was released in 1994 and ran until 1997. You probably watched this show primarily in school and maybe on PBS since it aired on there for a while. It combines engaging video and stellar editing. Each episode covers a singular or an umbrella topic. For instance, the episode about dogs covers their ancestors up to their modern counterparts, as well as the biology and psychology of our canine companions. This is all delivered to you through fun vignettes, whether that's footage, images, or actually having dogs running around the studio just being dogs. Watching Eyewitness is like going to a magical museum where you can actually jump into the dioramas and explore.
In ancient Greece, the three-headed hound Cerberus guarded the gates of hell, keeping the living out, and more importantly, the dead in.
Each episode tackles a different subject. It could be from history, art, biology, or science. No matter what your interests are, Eyewitness has something for you. I remember loving Eyewitness when I was younger. I think this was mostly due to how visually stimulating it was, and the facts mixed in are very interesting and easy to digest as a younger person. Eyewitness offered something different than other edutainment shows did at the time, and that's its chill vibe. Shows like Bill Nye are like taking the highway, whereas Eyewitness is like taking the scenic route. There's nothing wrong with whichever way you pick, because you'll get to your destination either way, but sometimes it's nice to just chill out and enjoy your surroundings. One thing you might be aware of is that Eyewitness started as a book series by DK Publishing. I always remember those books being the most popular ones checked out in my elementary school library. I never owned any of the Eyewitness books as a kid, but now I'm an adult and I can do whatever I want. I actually went to my local Barnes & Noble to see if they had any, and they did! I ended up finding the Volcano and Earthquake Eyewitness book here at Barnes & Noble. I did have to go to the kids section to find it. I'm a really big fan of the Volcano episode of Eyewitness, so I thought maybe picking up the book would be a good way to celebrate that one. Looking through this book was like walking down memory lane. It looks like DK has adopted a new logo, and I'm gonna be honest, I think this one kind of sucks. It's a little too generic and bland for me, whereas the old one is very classy and sticks out, whereas this one just kind of blends in with the background. All right, got it, let's go. The show is an incredible translation of the books. The white sterile pages come to life and create these infinite white voids on screen and pinpoint the subject perfectly without any distractions. Eyewitness features a narrator who tells you facts and sets the mood for each episode. If you were in the US, you probably remember Martin Sheen's voiceover in the episode you saw when you were younger.
A dog-like creature that appeared as the last dinosaurs died out. Gradually, it evolved, growing longer legs, a shorter tail, and losing a fifth toe, but keeping the same powerful skull and teeth.
The original narrator was Andrew Sachs, who also does a fantastic job.
A dog-like creature that appeared as the last dinosaurs died out. Gradually, it evolved, growing longer legs, a shorter tail, and losing a fifth toe, but keeping the same powerful skull and teeth.
No offense to my man Martin Sheen, but I think I prefer the Sachs voiceover. Not saying Martin is a bad voice actor or anything. I loved his performance as the elusive man in the Mass Effect series.
The Quarians forwarded their findings from Vidor's debriefing. No new data. but it's a surprising olive branch given our history. You and I have different methods, but I can't argue with your results.
Eyewitness has an absolute banger of a theme song. I played it at the beginning of this video, and I'll start playing it now again. Oh man, it immediately invigorates me. I'm excited to go on a new learning adventure. We really were spoiled by these edutainment show theme songs when we were younger, weren't we? The Magic School Bus.
You're relaxed and feeling good. Next thing that you know, you see it.
And of course, Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Science rules.
Speaking of science, I'd say for the most part, these shows factually hold up. Science and nature are always evolving. So, like for instance, there are some small facts in the dinosaur episode that we have a better understanding of now than we did back when they made the TV show. They bring up how dinosaurs are closely related to birds, but don't mention that they had feathers. Instead, stating that they all probably had skin like modern reptiles.
From fossilized skin impressions, we know dinosaur skin was much like that of modern reptiles, scaly, tough, and waterproof, and probably came in the same variety of colors. To break up the outline of the body, some may have had stripes. Since blending in was important, polka dots were unlikely.
Obviously, this isn't a huge deal, and it's still a pretty common misconception today, but I thought I needed to point it out. Another example is in the planets episode. They said the Earth isn't flat, which I know isn't true. Hey guys, what's going on? I wanted to make an emergency explanation here really quick. The thing I just said in the video implies that I'm a flat earther. I'm not a flat earther. I now understand that the Earth is actually a pyramid shape. If you go and get a $1 bill and you take a look at the back of it here, you'll see there's a little pyramid, just like the Earth. And on the top of the pyramid, there's a little eyeball. And if you zoom in on that eyeball, what does it look like? The Eyewitness eyeball. It's just something to think about. The show has a hub world called the Eyewitness Museum. During the show, we move around inside of it and pictures on the wall act like portals to different video segments. It's kind of like Super Mario 64. Also, topics of episodes past and present are wandering around inside. It creates a really mesmerizing atmosphere that could only come out of 1990s computer-generated imagery. I would love to spend a day just walking around and exploring the Eyewitness Museum. I could easily see how someone might feel creeped out by it, but something about it makes me feel safe and comfortable. Besides the show and the books, there are a few virtual experiences from DK. There were a few software titles that included the Eyewitness name. I remember playing the EarthQuest one in my elementary school's PC lab. They remind me of Myst in terms of visuals and feature point-and-click style gameplay interactions. They don't really feature any puzzles though, and opt-in quizzes instead. In EarthQuest, you were in this awesome underground science bunker, not the Eyewitness Museum. I checked out some of the other games for this video, and it looks like they all take place here. Not that I'm complaining or anything, I think the art direction is beautiful. I wish I could have played Dinosaur Hunter when I was younger. It has a very tense and eerie atmosphere. I could easily see this game scaring me as a kid. You can watch Eyewitness for free here on YouTube today. They're all available on the Beyond Wildlife YouTube channel. This includes both episodes narrated by Andrew Sachs and Martin Sheen, as well as 3 behind-the-scenes documentaries. If you're at all interested in seeing how episodes from the show were made, I cannot recommend checking those out enough. It's so cool to see how they worked within the technological limitations of the 1990s, but also how they obtained footage of the different subject each episode is about, as well as shooting on location. Each of these is about 30 minutes long and are well worth your time. There are 3 seasons of Eyewitness, which totals to 39 episodes. Some topics do overlap, but there is plenty to learn in each episode regardless. I definitely think the 3rd season is the most memorable and well made. It has some of the more iconic episodes. If you're gonna check this show out today, which I highly recommend doing, especially if you have any nostalgia for it, I'd suggest the volcano, dinosaur, or monster episodes. My all-time favorite is the planets one because I have a fear-based fascination with space. It does such a great job of not only making you feel small and insignificant, but it also encourages you to get out there and explore.
And the furthest known star in the universe is a staggering 15 billion light years away. Our Earth once seemed the center of the universe, bigger than the sun. Now we know that it's but a tiny blue gem floating in space and time.
I can tell the writers, director, and crew were really passionate about making Eyewitness a top-tier educational program. And after viewing them all again, I can finally say, I witnessed everything. Thank you so much for watching and for all of your support on my videos. Can I witness you subscribing to my channel? If you enjoyed the video, like it, and tell me your favorite episode of Eyewitness in the comments. See you soon.